Guys, Charles Olivera versus Matthias Gamrot this Saturday night. Credit goes to Matthias Gamrot to actually take the fight on 2 weeks' notice. Olivera was supposed to fight with Phil Fiziev. It would have been a banger of a fight. I wasn't happy with the decision of Olivera to actually come back just a few months after getting knocked out. It was very recent with Ilia Topuria where he got knocked the F out. Really bad. I was rooting for Olivera in that fight, and now that Olivera is making a comeback, it makes me think that Olivera really wants to get the title back, and he really is confident in himself. There's something about Olivera, like the overcoming the problems part. Like when this guy came to the UFC, he was fighting with 145. He had some losses, but then he started picking up. He was beating the guys that he wasn't supposed to do. And then he went on like a title run, and he had a beautiful title run where he was beating Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, dominated the guys, submitting them, the best submission artist in the UFC, the most submissions in the UFC. So I'm going to be rooting for Olivera in this fight. I also want to see what the fight looks like, because Matthias Gamrot, he's going to try to wrestle with Olivera. He's going to try to take him down because his striking is not on par with Olivera. Although I'm not really sure where Olivera's chin is going to be, because the knockout was really bad. So even though Matthias Gamrot is not the most beautiful striker, even though he doesn't hit very hard, it could be a tricky situation where you get hit with like 1-2 and then you're not really sure where you are. So we're going to see where his chin is. But most probably Matthias is going to try to wrestle with him, stay on top, and maybe land some ground and pound shots. But at the same time, it's very hard to control Olivera. From the bottom, he's going to be able to threaten him with submissions, triangles, arm bars. There's a lot of stuff that he could do. So stylistically, it's a very difficult matchup, I would say, for Matthias Gamrot. Also, although Matthias Gamrot's cardio is always on point, this guy has never been tired. He has been to 5 rounds many times. He was a champion in a different organization. And he's known for his cardio, but because he's taken the fight in 2 weeks' notice, so I don't really know where his conditioning is going to be. And with Olivera, I really want to see what he does with his striking. I think on the striking, Olivera is going to try to piece him up. He's got a bit longer reach, I believe, and he's very good with his Muay Thai stance. So he's going to throw try to push the pace on, throw the push kicks. And then Matthias is going to force Matthias to actually shoot the takedown. When Matthias is shooting the takedown, it's going to have to be really careful, because Olivera is so good at like jumping the guillotines. And we've seen Matthias is good at like shooting the double legs, but that's when you're more susceptible to like the guillotines. So Olivera is definitely going to attack him for that. My prediction is I think Olivera wins this fight. I think prime version of Olivera beats Matthias Gamrot. I don't really know if we're going to get the prime version, but I trust Olivera's confidence in himself. So let's see what happens.